Hey, good morning, my favorite kids. Hi, Mac. Hi, Kennedy. Hi, Jason. And hi, Caitlin. We're back again today. I hope you've been enjoying the videos. It's getting more fun for me to make them every day. I really liked making the hunting video yesterday. Didn't expect the blue guy to show up, though, and ruin the whole thing. But I got to wear the hat that Matt got for me from Christmas time. Pretty cool stuff. Today, we're also going to have two videos. Like I told you, probably on Monday, today we're going to be doing a phonics test. So the first video is our regular school lessons, and then when you're ready, or when Mom and Dad are ready, we'll do our phonics test video together. Let's start with math. Today you'll be doing speed drill number 4 on page 98. Speed drill page 98, number 4. That'll be the last speed drill on that page. You can do that now, or you can do that when you're finished with the video or some other time. As long as you do that speed drill, that'd be great. If you're done with that or doing it later, please open to page 270 in your math book. So take out page 270 in your math. Okay, looks like we're going to be doing some money stuff today. Oh, big giant pizza behind me today. I'm going to try to get something new and different behind me so you don't have to look at the same old me every time. Even though I have different shirts on, you can tell it's a new day. But I like to have a different background in the back. Just so it's change it up a little bit. Anywho, number 1 at the top of page 270, it says write the sums for addition twins. The sums for addition twins. That means when we take the numerator and the denominator, forget that. When we take the add-ins and we switch them around. Let's look at the first one. We have 4 plus 8, and we have 8 plus 4. Now the rule is, even if you switch them around, the answer is going to be the same. So if we find out the answer to 4 plus 8, that means we already know the answer to 8 plus 4, because even if we switch the top and the bottom, the answer still has to stay the same, because that's a rule. It has to. So the rest of them are 6 plus 7 and 7 plus 6, 9 plus 8 and 8 plus 9, 12 plus 4 and 4 plus 12. Number 2, write the products for the multiplication twins. Now, the same rule that we just used for addition, that we can switch the numbers around and the answer stays the same, we use for multiplication too. We can switch them around and the answer stays the same. Let's look at the first one. 10 times 5. Well, we can use our 10 rule and move the 0 over to the side of 5, and that makes 50. That's right. Or we can count by 10s 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah. Or we can count by 5s 10 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and you'll see that we get the same answer, 50, no matter how we do it. Now also, if we switch the 5 and the 10, if the 5 is on top and the 10 is on the bottom, guess what? We get the same answer, because that's the rule. You're going to do the same thing for 6 times 2 and 2 times 6. 12 times 10 and 10 times 12. 3 times 5 and 5 times 3. Remember our multiplication rules. Anything times 1 equals its own self. Anything times 0 equals 0. Anything times 2 is a double. Anything times 3, we count by 3s. And 4s we didn't do so much yet. We'll get to those. Anything times 5, we count by 5s. Anything times 9, we can use our finger trick. Let's review our finger trick. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's say we have 9 times 4. I put down finger number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my 10s place. Here's my 1s place. 36. So 9 times 4 is 36. Let's say I have 9 times, 6. I put down finger 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 50 and 4. 54. That's our 9's family. 10's family is ultra easy. 11's family, if you remember, we just put 2 numbers beside each other. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 3, 33. Multiplication is so easy. So easy! Number 3. Write the number of bills and coins needed to make the amount. use the fewest pieces of money. What that means is, we have to pick the lowest number of each one, like we did before, and find out how many we need. Look at the money at the beginning of the row. $6.59. How many $5 bills do we need? And we don't want to have too many. If we have one $5 bill, how much money will we have? We'll have $5. If we have two $5 bills, how much money will we have? Yeah, we'd have $10. Too much. So one $5 bill is all we need. So now we have to get to $6. We have a $5 bill, and that gives us $5. We have to get to $6. So, how many $1 bills do we need to get from 5 to 6? That's right, just one. So, one $5, one $1. So now we have our dollars. Our dollars is done. Let's move on to the cents. We need to get 59 cents. How many quarters do we need? If we have one quarter, we'll have 25 cents. If we have two quarters, we'll have 50 cents, because 25, 50, that's how we count by quarters. If we have three quarters, 25, 50, 75. Too much. Let's stop at 50. So, two quarters, now we have 50 cents. Now we have to get up to 59 cents. So we have our 50 cents. How many dimes do we need? Well, if we have 50 cents and we add one dime, that will give us 60 cents, because 50, 60, counting by tens. 60 is too much, so guess what? 0 dimes. How many nickels do we need? If we have 50, we want to get to 59. How many nickels? 50, 55. 1 nickel. 2 nickels would be 60. Too much. 1 nickel, 55. So 2 in the quarters, 1 in the nickels, 0 in the dimes. So if we have 55, how many ones do we need? How many pennies to get to 59? Well, 55 is... sorry. We already have 55. 56, 57, 58, and 59. How many pennies? 4 pennies. So you should have 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, and 4 for how much for each one that you need. Let me get a bite of pizza. I love pizza. Number 4. Circle the bills and coins needed for each amount. So we have $3.58. We have a $5 bill. We have some $1 bills. We have some quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. We gotta find $3.58. Let's do it! So, we can't pick the $5 because we would already have too much. So how many dollars do we need to get to $3? Okay. Well, circle how many dollars you need to get to $3. Then let's find the coins. We have to find 58 cents. Can we get 50 cents? We can. So circle the quarters we need to make 50 cents. Now we just have to get 8 cents. Circle what we need to get 8 cents. We might need a 5 and some 1s to get to 8. Number 4. Uh-oh, $7.91. 91! $7.91. So this time, let's look at the dollars again. We have $7. How many 5s? How many 1s? We have to get to 7. How many $5 bills? How many $1 bills? So circle your dollars. Then let's look at the cents. We have to get up to 91. Let's start with quarters because they're the biggest one in the group. So 25, 50, 75, $1. A dollar is too much. So let's stop at 75. 25, 50, 75, 3 quarters. That's how many we need so far, 3 quarters. We have to get to 91. So 85, that's a dime. 75 up to 85 is 10, so that's a dime. If we go to 95, that'll be 2 dimes and too much, so 1 dime. So now we have 85 cents and we just need to get to 91. So we need a nickel to get to 90, 85, 90, counting by 5s, and then 1 penny to get from 90 to 91. So we need a 5, 2 $1, 3 quarters, a dime, a nickel, a penny. So we have $7, 25, 50, 75, count by quarters. Then we're going to count by dimes, 85. And we're going to count by nickels, 90, and then 1 penny, 91. $7.91. And at the bottom, here we have a sleepy little cute bear. So sleepy. We're going to write greater than, less than, or equals in the box. Remember, the alligator always chomps the side that's the most. We have 800 plus 6 on the left side and 860 on the right side. Well, if you get 800 plus 6, how much does that make? It makes 806. So which is more, 806 or 860? I'll let you decide. Down below, 1,000 plus 70 plus 2. Well, 70 plus 2 makes 72. So 1,000 plus 72 makes 1,072. So which side is more, 1,072 or 1,072? Let's look at the next one. 900 plus 50 or 905. Well, 900 plus 50 makes 950. Which is more, 950 or 905? Last one. 100 plus 10 plus 1. Well, 10 plus 1 makes 11, so 100 plus 11 makes 111. So which one's more, 111 or 111? They sure are giving some tough questions today. You can pause it now, work on your page, and then unpause it when you're ready, and we'll start the other side together. Okay. I'll give you the directions for this part so that you can work on mostly on your own, because this is the seat work side. I like to let you do this part mostly on your own. Number one, we have some takeaways. All the ones at the top are going to need borrowing, plus they have 0, 0, 0. Because remember, you got to start in the thousands place, and then work your way over to the ones place. So borrow in the thousands to make the hundreds a 10, then you cross out the 10 and make the tens a 10, then you cross out the 10 and make the ones a 10, and then you have a 9, 9, 10. That's how we learned it. All right, you're going to need your ruler, your handy dandy ruler for number 2 and for number 3. If you look at number 2, it says inches on the lines, and if you look at number 3, there's centimeters on the line. Now number 2, we're going to measure how long these are using the inches side of your ruler. The inches side, that's the top side that the numbers are farther apart. The bottom, you're going to draw lines using your ruler if you have one. One's 8 centimeters long and one's 12 centimeters long. So this is the centimeter side of your ruler. Number 4, start at the left, color the 4th tent blue and the 6th tent orange. So we're going to start on the left side and color the 4th tent blue. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. There it is. And the 6th tent orange. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So start on the left side. Remember, we have your right hand and you have your left hand. That'll help you. Number 5, here we have a clock. Uh-oh, Roman numerals on this clock. We're going to have to figure out. However, the best news about that is the Roman numerals don't change places, so we already know that the clocks only go up from 1 to 12, and they always stay the same place. So, you should know your Roman numerals by now, because this only goes up to 12. So what time is it? And I don't want you to write the time with Roman numerals. I want you to write the time using regular numbers. Don't forget your dot dot. Number 6, we have some missing numbers. Something plus 3 makes 14. Don't add the 14 plus the 3. They're not adding 14 plus 3. We have to add something else plus the 3 to make 14. Same for the rest of them. Don't add the 2 numbers or subtract the 2 numbers that are already there. You have to figure out the correct number that's missing to make it a right number sentence. All right, number 7, finish the counting patterns. Look at the first numbers, find out what they're counting by. Let's look at the first one. 78 to 81. Well, how many does it take to get from 78 to 81? 79, 80, 81. It took 3 to get there. Let's start at 81 to 84. 81, 82, 83, 84. So what are they counting by? They're counting by 3s because it took 3 to get from 78 to 81 and from 81 to 84. So finish that counting pattern by 3s. The second one, here's the clue I'm going to give you. Look at the ones place. We have a 7, and a 7. And the tens place goes up each time, 5, 6, 7. We only count by one thing where the ones place stays the same. 57, 67, 77. I'm not going to tell you the rest. Use your thinky thinks. All right, you can pause it now. Work on this page. If you need me to say anything again, of course you can always rewind the video and hear me say it over again. And when you're ready, after you're done doing this page, you can get out your phonics page for today. And take out page 261. 261 together. Guess what we're doing again today? Adjectives. 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 We are gonna do adjectives. Cheesy and delicious. Paw print. To find adjectives in a sentence, first find the nouns, because adjective describe the nouns. Then find the words that answer adjective questions about the nouns, like what kind or how many. Those answer those questions. Sometimes a noun may have more than one adjective describing it, so we could have 2 things or 3 things telling us about a noun. Let's look at the sentence. Dad and Jackson fished in a cool, quiet pond. Now, the noun is pond. Pond is a place, it's a thing. What kind of pond do we have? We have a cool pond. We have a quiet pond. Those are both adjectives that tell us about pond. So we can look for more than one adjective sometimes. Let's look at number 1 together. Read the sentences. Circle the adjectives that describe the underlined nouns. Draw a small arrow from each adjective to the noun it describes. So what they did in each sentence is they underlined the nouns for us. So that kind of makes it a little easier. So we know what the nouns are and we can look for the words that describe those nouns. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This national park with beautiful, colorful mountains is a great place to visit and camp. Let's start with park. Are there any adjectives that tell us what kind of park it is? This national park. National. National tells us what kind of park it is. So circle national and draw an arrow to park, because national tells us what kind of park it is. Circle national, put an arrow to park. Let's look at the next noun. Mountains. Are there any words that tell us what kind of mountains there are? This national park with beautiful, colorful mountains. Correct. Circle beautiful, circle colorful. They both tell us what kind of mountains we have. So after you circle beautiful and colorful, draw arrows from beautiful and colorful to mountains, because they tell us what kind of mountains. The last noun in that sentence is place. Are there any nouns that adjectives that tell us what kind of place we have? Yes, it says great. A great place. What kind of place is it? It's a great place. Circle great, put a little arrow to place, so we know that great is an adjective that tells us about place. Next, Diane and Jody went with their parents for a long hike in the mountains. We only have one noun underlined in that sentence. Hike. Are there any words that tell us what kind of hike it is? You do see one? Long. Long hike. Circle long and draw an arrow to hike, because that tells us what kind of hike it is. They saw red leaves, gray fog, brown fences, and tall green trees. See a lot of nouns in this sentence. Start with leaves. Leaves is underlined. What kind of leaves did they see? They saw red leaves. Circle red, draw an arrow to leaves. Next, what kind of fog did they see? Gray fog. Circle gray, draw an arrow to fog. What kind of fences did they see? Brown fences. Circle brown, draw an arrow to fences. What kind of trees did they see? There's 2 adjectives for this one. Tall trees and green trees. Tall green trees. Circle tall, draw an arrow to trees. Circle green, draw an arrow to trees. Now I'm going to let you do the next two on your own, but I will read you the sentences for you. They heard the long, low whistle of the train far away. Circle any adjectives that you find for whistle and draw an arrow to whistle. After their hike, Diane and Jody had long drinks of cool water. Drinks and water are the nouns. Circle any adjectives that tell us what kind of drinks and what kind of water are in that sentence. When you're ready, let's go to number 2. Read the sentences. Color the circle beside the correct word. The mountains is covered in morning fog. The mountains are covered in morning fog. Color the circle for which one you think is right. The fog blank the mountains look smoky. The fog make the mountains look smoky. The fog makes the mountains look smoky. Which one is correct? The fog is why people blank them the Great Smoky Mountains. The fog is why people call them the Great Smoky Mountains. The fog is why people calls them the Great Smoky Mountains. One of them is correct, one of them is not correct. When you're ready, let's do dictation. I'm going to read a sentence. I want you to fill in the missing words, which is most of the sentence. Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. Grandpa, which is already there, wears a straw hat when he works outside. I'm going to say it one more time, and if you need to hear it again, you can rewind the video back and hear it again. Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. You can pause it, and when you're ready, flip it over to the back. Okay. Number 1, choose an adjective, a subject, and a verb to write your own sentence. You will need to add some of your own words to finish your sentence. So, let's pick one from each box and make a sentence about it. We also have to add extra words. So, let's do a couple together here. Now, you don't have to copy mine. In fact, I don't want you to copy mine. You can pick your own. But if I was writing it, this is what I would do. Maybe I would pick cuddly from adjective, caterpillar from subject, and helped from verb. I just picked them randomly. You can pick whichever 3 you like from each one. We'll do a couple different ones. So if I picked cuddly, caterpillar, and helped, I gotta make a sentence with that. So in the first sentence I might write, the cuddly caterpillar helped bake a pie. I used all 3 words. I used the adjective cuddly, I used the subject caterpillar, and I used helped as the verb. The cuddly caterpillar helped bake a pie. So we have 4 different rows here. So you'll write 4 different sentences, start beside the paw prints. Let me give you another example. I'll use colorful, neighbor, and eats this time. I'll use colorful for my adjective, neighbor for my subject, and verb for my verb is eats. Let's see here. My neighbor eats colorful cookies. I used neighbor for the subject, and I used colorful as an adjective to describe the cookies, and eats is my verb. My neighbor eats colorful cookies. So you'll make 4 sentences. Make sure you add extra words. Pick an adjective from the adjective box, a subject from the subject box, a verb from the verb box. Now take your time and think about your sentence first, okay? This isn't a rush through thing to get it done as fast as you can. Take your time, think about it, be creative. If you want to be a little silly, that's okay too. It's okay to be silly. Number 2. When you're finished with number 1, you can pause it now and work on number 1. We're going on to number 2. Write a camping noun next to each adjective. So, something that you might think about for camping. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing, it says. Colorful, tents. Yeah, tents are for camping. 5 canoes. You might take a canoe when you go camping. Friendly ants. Maybe. warm sunshine, green grass, delicious treats. Those are some things. You don't have to use my words. I don't want you to use my words, really. I want you to think of your own things. Things that you might think about for camping. The adjectives are already there. You just need to write a noun beside each one. At the bottom, add ing and pointing to the end of these root words. Cook plus ing, hike plus ing. Now remember, long vowels. We have to drop the E before we add ing. Just for long vowels. There you go. So, that's our phonics for today. Let's do a quick rundown of our history and then our reading for the day like we usually do, and then come back for the second video when you're ready to take your phonics test today. So, let's see here. History reading today. We got 112 to 116. Alright, talking about the pioneers. After the colonial days, people started moving to the west. The colonial days, if you remember, took place in the eastern United States, and there was only 13 colonies. But then people wanted to travel west. Dangerous territory. They didn't know what was there. So we're going to learn about what it was like for the pioneers, people who went first to make sure it was safe. The pioneers would chop down trees to make roads and pathways for wagons to travel. What was it like to be a pioneer? Page 112 up to 116. When they traveled west, what was it like? And they traveled for days and weeks and months toward the west. And they lived in their wagons most of the time. And they would stop, and have some food and sing some songs. But you're going to learn about that. And reading today, page 94 to 97. That's very little today for reading. Looks like we're finishing up chipmunks today. What do chipmunks do in the wintertime? Where do they go? We don't see very many chipmunks in the wintertime. What do they do? Up to 97. Only like 3 pages of reading. And then on page 97, there's some questions to see what you remember about Chippy Chippy Chipmunks. Alright, that is our lessons video for today. When you're ready, take out your phonics test. What number did I say for phonics test? I said 19! Phonics test number 19 when you're ready. I'll see you when you start that video.